Good morning, darlings. And you join me here at a Premier Inn, which is placed next door to a beefeater, and other than that is in the middle of bleeding nowhere apart from this main road. And today I will be heading to the Yard of Dreams in this car, Betty Blue, also known and loved as Melanie Mingebag. And within Mingebag, oh, and there's a phrase I never thought I'd be saying on a Monday morning, you will see this splendid gentleman here.
Hello.
Who is coming to the Yard of Dreams to collect the card of his fevered anxiety dreams, and also he's going to be having his first ride in an MGF stroke TF. So shall we take it easy with him, or shall we scare the absolute pants off him? Right, catch you later, darlings. Hello, darlings. You join us on the busy M67 where we have broken down. And before you start shouting at me for taking a car out with a known issue in terms of the fan, in my defence, I took this car to work the other night. I've done 100 mile in it, no problem at all. So as far as I'm concerned, today shouldn't have been a problem, except it's turned out to be. But not my fault. It's not the known issue that's at fault. There's a coolant pipe that has split, and that is totally not my fault, and you can't blame me for it. Oh, the car. Sit rep, it's 13:34. The AA is about 10 minutes away and we're still broken down. And I reckon that, well, I mean, you've got to bear in mind it is lunchtime and this is kind of an emergency situation, and I would say, I don't know what Joe thinks, but I reckon we're about 2 hours away from reaching the point where one of us decides to eat the other.
Tosser.
A little update for you, darlings. We have just been towed on the shortest tow rope in history, so that was bloody hair-raising. It's right, the fault is completely not my fault, not Minge's fault. There's a little plastic four-way connector that connects four coolant pipes, and it's just got old and brittle, and it's snapped basically. And that's all that needs replacing, but it's not, because it's a four-way. If it was a three-way, you could have done it. But being a four-way, it's not something that the AA are going to carry. So we've been recovered to Morrison's car park, and then we're going to have to get relayed from here to the Yard of Dreams. God only knows how. So could be waiting for ages for the recovery, but at least we're in relative civilization, although it is somewhere in Manchester, and we can get something to eat and drink. And then Mustard is trying to dig out a part, the same, so that he can fix it when we get there. But hang on, I better go. Catch you in a bit. Sit rep. Courtesy of Joe, I've just had a rather splendid lunch. It was actually, it was really good from Morrison's. It was genuinely nice, and it was served by the nicest guy ever. What an absolute, excuse me, oh, better out than in, an absolute legend of a guy. That sounds a bit big. And I had the half roast chicken with coleslaw and salad and chips, and it was absolutely lovely. And now this fine gentleman, whose sister lives on Kiln Lane, which is where the yard range is located, is going to tow us to the yard. And poor old Joe. I mean, he had a bad enough journey yesterday, and now this, it's so not fair on him. And he's going to miss out on his day at the yard. I think you should stay tomorrow as well and come back to the yard tomorrow. Have a full day there.
Are you working?
I'm working. Sit rep. We are now on the M62. Melanie Minchbag is on a tow bar behind us, and my friend Joe and I, that's his hand waving there. I mean, I can't actually point the camera at him because we're a bit tightly crammed in here. I mean, I'll show you up. Look, this is the equivalent of sleeping with Chinese madam, a bloody duvet ninja who's only a tiny size 6 of a thing, but manages to take up 9/10 of the bed. You, sir, are the equivalent of a Chinese duvet ninja.
I'll just take up the whole bed.
What have you got to say for yourself?
Nothing. Toss up.
There you go. Sit rep, darlings. It is 5:15 and we've finally made it to the yard. Poor sod, he's been...
That's the first time I've ever kicked him in the arse. And I wonder why I haven't done it a lot more often.
We could recreate that episode of Father Ted. Kicking Bishop Brennan up the arse. Well, he won't like that now, Ted.
He won't like it. As if some men do quite like it.
So, this is obviously the car that we came to collect. I mean, today's all gone very tits up. See, this is where Hubnut's got an advantage over us. When this happens, he can say, oh, it's all gone very Hubnut. And we haven't got a phrase like that. So, pausing only to call me an almighty tosser, Mustard wasted no time in getting on with it and getting his hands dirty and, you know, locating the fault and seeing what was going to be required in terms of rectification.
Rectification?
Rectification, yeah. Which is another term for anal sex. And what's the difference between oral sex and anal sex? Oral sex makes you a day. Anal sex makes you a whole week.
Oh,
and that's a short.
How do you get any work done with him, honestly? I don't know. I'm missing out on filming now because I was expecting to be getting something going on.
We'll come back tomorrow and you can film all day. I won't even bring a camera. Important update and sit rep. The repair on the Minchbag continues apace. No further update.
Oh, you've done that for your daily diary?
Yes. The future of the channel. The daily diary will become the backbone of my channel.
Well, at least it'll have a backbone.
So, what's the state of affairs, Captain?
I don't know. Go and see a mechanic. That's what I would do. Stop fanning around in my yard. Go and see a mechanic. Someone will pay you. Someone who you've got to pay. I don't know. Someone you.
You know the thing
one
that
of those people that know how to use one of these and one of these, you know.
You know the thing that you dropped into the engine?
Oh. Yes.
Is it still in there?
No, I dropped it down there.
Where's this little pick?
Yep, I've got my pick. Everything's done up.
Ah.
See, the thing is, actually, you can see why it might be a bit vulnerable because there's an awful lot of flexy stuff going on there, isn't there?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Would you like to open the boot so we can do some topping up of...
And that is Joe's very first drive. in his new car that has now disappeared. Oh, oh look, he's reversing. Showing impressive skills there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello darlings, quick update. We got home fine. Mustard's fix was indeed a fix. Michael Jackson drove beautifully. We got home and Joe went back to the hotel, had dinner, and then we all met back here and we did a live stream with me and Joe and Simon of Smashing Pistons, and that was great. And then they went, it was very late and I was a bit drunk, and I went outside and recorded a bit like I've been doing at the end of these, and I got shouted at by my neighbour. So I guess I won't be doing any recording outside after midnight again. It's a fair point, and I'm genuinely mortified to have caused a disturbance. I'm really upset about that. Not upset that they're annoyed about it, upset that I've caused annoyance or disturbance. I didn't think that I was an inconsiderate neighbour, but apparently I have been. But there we are, it's been great fun. Massive thanks to Mustard for once again getting us out of the shit. Thanks to Joe for being a good egg and making a day that could have been truly lousy actually quite good fun. Thanks to Simon for coming over, and thanks to you guys for watching. I'm Boaty, I'm a bit drunk, I'm about to eat supper and try and get up in the morning. And make amends with my neighbours. I can't even use the footage. I pressed the wrong, drunk, I pressed the wrong bloody button, didn't I? And half of it's in slow motion. What an arse. All right, darlings, good night, bye-bye.